I mean, that count that lets us know we are live. So you are now tuned in, and thank you for tuning in. Whether you're tuning in live or you're catching this on the playback, tuning in to another episode of No Cap with myself. And hold on, man, I fucked that up. I botched that because I was about to say mindsets because I did the mindsets today and I had to read my shirt. So let me do that one more time. You are now tuned into No Cap with KC and Parrish. And in case you don't know, that's the knowledge and wisdom of KC and Parrish. What's up with my partner, man?
Hey man, I like that introduction. Make me feel like somebody. Hello.
Yeah, talking about, yeah, I was about to say, the other day I had, you know, how you said you sent, so I've been doing the little snippets that you
Yeah, yeah.
started doing too. So we had those snippets that we dropping for the people to stay engaged in between doing our actual no cap segments. We'll be dropping those individual snippets just to keep y'all engaged. You know what I mean? But somebody came on the other day and it was like, I'm a fan.
Mm.
And I was like, man, that's big. You know what I mean? So I appreciate, you know, we appreciate that. And yeah, that was
I'm gonna do a
big.
channel called I Am Manifestation. I think that's gonna be the name. I'm
Okay.
gonna work on.
So
I'm gonna
y'all make
tweak it.
sure y'all, for sure.
So we can. I like the way you did your little snippets. I want to do mine, and then we bring it right back here. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Big
y'all
boy.
make sure y'all tune in for I Am
Oh,
Manifestation. And
yeah.
it'll be quick, it'll be those drops, the same thing like you get with mindsets from Coach P, you'll get from KC as well with the I Am Manifestation. And
Yeah.
then, you know, when we come together, you'll get it all right here. Like you only one place you can get it, man.
Hey, what's today? Sunday. Sunday night football.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible. Horrible games. Horrible. Now it was some
Well,
good ones, but the Raiders.
you just mad because the Raiders lost.
We need a quarterback. Definitely.
I mean, I don't
Definitely.
I don't know
But
why.
if I go back to what you were saying, I don't even want to say it because I don't even want you to think you're right. We're moving on, Pete. Go on to
I ain't even say nothing. Go ahead and say what you was gonna say, brother. This is no
don't worry.
cap. This
Don't
is
worry.
no
Hey,
cap. Hey, y'all don't let him back out of that. No
listen.
cap.
No, I got you. Listen. Our running game didn't even show up. We don't have no.
Bro,
We don't have no.
just say what you was gonna say
That's what I was
before
gonna
you
say.
ended it. Mhm.
We need the running. The running game is important. If we ain't got no, especially since we ain't got no quarterback, but we ain't got no quarterback or no running back. We
And it
got
shows and it makes it even tougher to pass the ball.
no. We got three tight ends though, but the Chargers just whooped our butt. Well, they ain't even whoop our butt. We whooped our butt, but
But but just to piggyback on what you were saying, because you kind of just glossed over it, you
yeah,
need
I
that
did
running game,
on purpose.
especially if you don't have a top tier quarterback.
I glossed over it on purpose
I know you did.
because you was
That's
looking
why
at
I
the
didn't
game
let
right
you.
there.
That's why I didn't let you. Because what he means to say is he now sees how important the running game is, and they let one of their important people. Well, I said we, the Raiders, let go of one of the important pieces, which was what's his name, who over there with Green Bay right now, Josh Jacobs. But in any case, you need that running game to help every passing game out, especially if you don't have a top tier premier quarterback.
And we don't have one.
And they needed,
Nope.
and we needed that running game. And that
Hey,
man
I'm
just
gonna
don't
tell you.
want to
I'm
go
gonna tell you.
into. He don't want me to do backflips and say I told you, but it's okay.
No, I'm gonna tell you the running back that went crazy this week. Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Saquon. You seen
Hey,
him?
man. The truth don't care who tell it. They say a lie don't care who tell it. The truth don't care who tell it. Come on, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
but let's remember. No, running. Of course, the running backs
Come on.
is important.
Let's
I
stay
never
with
said they wasn't
Saquon.
important.
Let's just stay with Saquon for a second and go ahead and give him his flowers, young brother.
You watched the game.
Yeah, I
You
watched
seen
that game.
that?
I saw that game. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Saquon play. Hey, he played
That was one
hard.
of my boys that you said don't pay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Saquon played hard. I like
He had
the
three.
Eagles.
He had three tugs. He had three tugs. Yeah, yeah.
The Eagles is gonna be a problem with him. They're gonna be a
Come on
problem with him. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but he did. He did very good for that team.
now.
He did very good.
Yeah. Worth every
Very
penny.
good.
Worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
And more.
Dak Prescott just got 260 M's
See what I'm saying?
this morning.
Damn.
This morning, 260. Yeah.
Congratulations to the young man.
We thought he was coming to the Raiders.
Mm.
Thought he was going to go to the Raiders.
And they said, "Nah, we're gonna give you this chin net. You're gonna stay right here, brother."
Gave CD Lamb like 180, and
Hey,
then turned.
it ain't too late. It ain't too late to still get a quarterback, right? They can still.
Well,
Or they gotta wait till next season.
Yeah, if we lose the next 3 games, we might as well not even win no more games and just say F it and just lose, bro. And just so we can get a quarterback because we suck.
The first. Yeah.
Our quarterbacks is garbage. And what we do is we kill ourselves every year. You know how?
Penalties, number one.
Not even that. We do real bad all through the season. But when it's time nothing matters, then we start winning.
The plan, yeah.
And then we get up in the middle of the draft.
To knock other teams out. To knock other teams out of the playoffs.
And be messing up our draft pick. So now we ain't got no draft position. Now we picking at 13, 14, 15. We can't get no quarterback up there. If we gonna lose, lose. If we gonna win, win. But don't teeter the fence. We don't want to sit here and watch another 9 years of Derek Carr. I don't want to watch another year or 2 of Gardner Minshew. Nope. Nope.
I tell you what, I don't know why the quarterback situation wasn't addressed when everybody knew it. This is like
we tried to. We tried to. We did the dumb shit I just told you. At the end, when it didn't matter, we went all the way up and had pick number 13. 6 quarterbacks went in the top 10 of the draft. We was number 13. Every quarterback that was projected to be somewhere was taken before we even got a chance to pick. Record number quarterbacks taken ever in a row. They took all of them. We tried, but we do Raider things sometimes. I'm not gonna say that with a 49er red shirt on. I'm out of pocket.
Out of pocket. Nah, man. You know, definitely need the quarterback, but you need that running game. My boy, I call him Say Quality because he's a quality running back. Yeah, that's the name I gave him. Y'all don't steal that. But he definitely showed up. Yeah, he's somebody who agree with you. Raiders just doing Raider things.
Just doing Raider things.
Saquon had 3 tugs. He looked real good, explosive, athletic like he is. And to me, it looked like he was saying, hey, man, there's more money out there because I see what y'all giving to Christian over there. And he can do the same things Christian can do. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He can make the defense have to worry about where he is on the field, just like Christian McCaffrey. So, you know, he can get more bread.
So it should be the Eagles and the 49ers that get to the conference finals then. That's what it should be because they're the same team. They got the same weapons.
Absolutely. Now, let's say Saquon, based on his performance last night, has a real consistent top tier Christian McCaffrey like season this season and next season. Would you pay him? Would you pay him after that? Like Christian McCaffrey got paid. He's younger than Christian McCaffrey, by the way.
Hey man, I'm not gonna hate on a person getting their bag. If you're gonna get it.
Well, God damn it, you was last time. You was last year.
No. I said give them the money up front. I said give them the money up front.
No, you want no, man. I'm ready to take back.
We can go back. We
can go back.
That's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about the internet. We can go back.
Yeah, we gonna bring it up.
Yeah, we can go back.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I do sent that little message last year. Not wasn't last year, but the end of last season. I'm saying last year like it was a year ago. He was like, why do whoop talking about you? And then you came back on like, nah, that ain't what I was saying. Yeah, man, because you was,
Let's go back. Man, what episode was that? We'll go back to that.
I got it.
Yeah.
We're going to bring it back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Play it back. Because I said pay him up front.
You did say pay him up front, but you also said don't pay him now. You said both.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm saying.
They're using multiple backs. But, right, you got your elite backs. Saquon Barkley, elite back. Christian McCaffrey, elite back. Name me the other. Derrick Henry, elite back. Not that much, so much.
When I asked you at the end of last season, and I said these dudes was elite, would you pay them? You said no.
Except the ones that got paid.
No, you didn't say that last season. No, that's the part I'm talking about right there. That's the part I'm talking about right there. You said pay them up front, and then
I need proof.
I got proof of it.
We need a resolution. I need proof.
Resolution. I got it. Don't worry. I'm gonna put it right next to this clip when I chop this up. Don't worry about it.
Let me see both of them.
And
make the little smoke come out where it looks like we're going into a flashback.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it just like that too. and I'm gonna blow you up on the thing, saying exactly what you said.
Throw the flag on the play. You know what I'm saying? We need a boot challenge. But I know what I said. Hey man, how you been other than that though?
Oh man, all's been well, man. You know, doing what I love to do, which is a blessing, man. So I've been blessed and doing that.
They pop up on my phone all the time. I be like, oh yeah, P doing me. You be doing it. You active too. You be on them every morning. I said, oh, he rolling.
Yeah, I just started doing that and just running with it daily, just to throw some daily content up there so we can increase our
definitely. I was already thinking about it, but then you did it. That's how I know we think alike. Because I was already thinking like, damn, I want to give me some little shots out there. And then you did, people thinking just like I be thinking.
Yeah.
Brilliant minds. Ravens going after Sanders. If we can get him.
I was thinking that just now. What'd you say?
Hold on, though, because if we can get him, yeah, but we need to see what the rest of this season look like with them. I know he's going to be a top quarterback. He's going to be probably the number 1 or 2 pick. Maybe. But let's see what the rest of the teams do so we can pick our quarterback correctly.
Now, does he start his first year in the league, though?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
If he come to us, hell yeah. Whoever we draft, it's going to start for us.
They're the starter. Whoever comes to the starter. The good thing about Sanders, too, is he's going to have a great supporting cast. And by the way, the kid is a hell of a quarterback. I promise you, I know people be saying stuff like this, but I was saying this years ago. And I wish I would have said it on camera, but I was telling my OG partner, I was like, have you ever seen Shador play? He was like, nah, I got to start watching. I'm like, man, the kid is good. I'm telling you. And then fast forward, they go to Mississippi. And then his second year in Mississippi, I think they started paying a little more attention. And then, of course, Colorado, they got all the attention on. But yeah, which he handles very well, by the way.
What's my little boy, Hunter?
Yeah.
He went to school right around the corner at Collins Hill.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was from out there.
Yeah. He went 5 minutes away, 6 minutes away.
Okay.
Right around the corner. So that's where he was at. He was torching their ass over here. I was just talking to my little cousin yesterday, and when they used to play him, Collins Hill used to play Mountain View. He said, man, I think they put like 60 points on him, man. By itself. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
He was wondering why he didn't go to Georgia, University of Georgia.
I mean, he could have went anywhere he wanted to, really, but he went
to Mississippi.
Yeah. And
I think Mississippi.
Well, he went to Coach Prime. He went to Coach Prime is where he went.
Jackson State, Mississippi. And that member, because that was big, they were saying
yeah, he could have went to all kind of places.
Yeah, they were saying why did he choose
Mississippi.
Jackson State? And they was making a big deal about that. That's how Deion got big, because Deion got him to come out there. Yeah. He was the big star that Deion got. And they were like, why is he going out there when he can go anywhere?
Yeah.
That's how Deion got him. But
you see why. You see why. And it's worked out very well for him.
Deion gonna have to show me something, man. Right now, Deion just hype. And I know it's his second year, but
you said Deion is what? You said he's just what?
Hype. I'm not hating on him because I'm a fan. I'm just saying right now, it's just your celebrity is what making us watch, because your game winning ain't happening. And we need to see some games won.
Well, because football is way more than just good players or one or two good players. Football, first and foremost, is the line of scrimmage. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage wins the games. And that's
Colorado.
And right now, Colorado is not controlling the line of scrimmage on neither side of the ball. Nope. So it don't matter. You can have 18 Travis Hunters, you can have all that. It does not matter. Football is won at the line of scrimmage. It's great to have exciting players. The quarterback play is great. They got good. Even the safety play with Shiloh is good. But the main is this football is all about the line of scrimmage. And if you don't control the line of scrimmage on the offensive side of the ball, if you don't dominate the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball, you will not win games. And they struggle more on the defensive side of the ball, dominating the line of scrimmage. They get dominated. They did better so far this year with protection issues that they had last year. But as far as offensively, there's too many holes, man. The defensive linemen, they just don't exist. And the linebackers, that's the problem. It's the defensive linemen and the linebackers. And offenses is just getting too much space, too many gaps, too many holes. And that's the problem right now with them. It's the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, but definitely the defensive side of the ball. Their defense sucks up front, for real.
Oh, no.
The secondary can play probably with anybody, but that line of scrimmage and then the linebackers is not existing.
All right. What else finna say, Pete? Did you been seeing them about? You heard about that school shooting?
Nah, I saw a clip, but I didn't click on it or watch it or nothing. But I think it might have been a high school or something.
So yeah, so that was out there in Winder. I don't know if you know where Winder is, but
Where's that? What state?
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
That was Georgia. So Winder is actually that school 10 minutes up the street. So Collins Hill down the street 6 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes. That school up the street 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
So while my son was at school, I see something flash across my phone. And it's like a mass school shooting.
This is first year high school, right?
Yeah. He's a freshman. Damn, look how old we getting. Well, older, wiser. But it come up on my phone say 6 dead, 9 injured. Like 6 dead, 9 injured, 36 dead, 9 hurt, 30 injured, something like that.
Damn.
A lot of people.
30.
Right. So
it was one person.
Yeah, 14-year-old boy.
He shot
14-year-old. He killed 6 people.
And shot 30. Total of 30 people?
How many people died? I think it was 6 people. I think he killed 2 teachers.
Damn.
And is it 3 teachers, 4 teachers? I don't know. It was, I think 6 deaths, 9 shots, 2 dead. I know a teacher died. I think 2 teachers died and a student died. So maybe it was 3 dead. I don't know. But my son came home and I asked him how he felt about that, because they didn't end out school. They didn't put the schools on lockdown. What they did was just sent out the emails. We gonna put more school resource officers around. And I was telling one of my folks, like when we was growing up, we didn't worry about school shootings. We had a problem. We fight, we jumped, we get jumped, whatever it was. That was our version of something big at school.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask my son, how you feeling about the school shooting? You remember when they did that shooting at Columbine? That was the first time we heard about some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now it's happening more and more frequently. Right? And I ain't no Republican. I like to think how I'm gonna think. But gun control, we need it, right? So this is the thing. The daddy of this boy, last year they was investigated for the boy making threats at the schools. He was making threats. The FBI investigated, called down to the local authorities, sent the local authorities out to his house to investigate. The sheriff didn't do nothing, I guess, whatever. The daddy then turns around on Christmas and go buys the boy an AR-15. Then the boy now makes another threat and got other students riled up and went up in here and shot up this school. When the police shut it down or whatever, the daddy kicked in the door to gather all the guns. Right? But it's other kids getting on the internet and they're online and they're saying, we're going to finish the job. It's not over. We're going to finish the job. The FBI immediately starts sending out people to these people's house, arresting all these kids.
Mm.
So now I sit here. So the day that happened, the next day, that day, period, I asked my son, hey, is you all right? Do you want to go to school? I'm not going to send you to school because I kind of don't feel safe with you going to school. You
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen. But he told me, he said, it didn't really bother me as much, but it troubles me because it's so close. He said, when I heard about it, I thought it was far out. But when you realize it's right up the street, that's when it becomes troublesome. And he says, because he didn't want to tell me that the kids was calling and saying that they still ain't finished.
Mm.
So as a parent, my question to you, well, to everybody, right? As a parent, do we even feel safe with sending our kids to school now, or is it better to homeschool them? You know what I mean? Like, and first off, which parent, why you want to give your kid a 14-year-old an assault rifle? That's dumb for one. So they charge the father with murder and they charge the son with murder, right? They say the little boy won't face the death penalty. But as parents, do we still feel safe sending our children to school? And if you don't feel safe, what's the next solution? Homeschooling? Or are we just sending our kids to school because we need a break? And it's like, hey, it's still a little bit old school. When we sending you to school, you just got to take your chances because life is full of chances every day, right? But as parents, can you imagine your son getting up and going to school, or your daughter getting up and going to school, and then don't come home because the dude next door gave his son an assault rifle? Why would you
Yeah.
even get that? What's your opinion on that, Pete? What's your thoughts?
I mean, first and foremost, when it comes to like the news and shit, I don't watch that shit purposely.
Right.
So anytime that I get any information about or hear about anything of this nature, it's only gonna be because we on here and you telling me. Because
Right.
outside of that, I'm not paying attention. So anything I do say is gonna be a real response too, on top of that.
Right.
But when you first started talking, I was like, dang, it's you the solution is always in the problem, but the problem is, being courageous enough to really identify what the root of the problem is. But once you do that, then you find a solution. So I think every situation has a solution. Some finding what the root of the problem is more difficult than others. But I will say one of the first things I thought about was like if people start holding the parents of the children accountable for the same charges that the kids is finding, then that would make more parents be um,
Mindful.
mindful
Responsible.
and responsible of their kids' actions, right? Because they're the ones who are parenting them outside of school when they're at home, and hopefully not doing things like feeding them ammunition, no pun intended, or literally feeding them ammunition and guns and stuff of that nature. But in addition to that, you asked if, as a parent, are you okay sending your child to school and how you should feel about sending your child to school? Well, the next step and level of that, if that's a concern, then that you have to hold the schools accountable.
Mm.
So if the school says we have a way to prevent this from happening because it just happened, then we have a way of preventing it from just happening in the first place. If you say that, they say, oh, this happened, we're going to bump this up and secure this like this to make sure this doesn't happen, then that means that even in when the first threat came through, that could have happened, or even without a threat, because like you started off saying, P, you remember when we was in school, we didn't hear about these things. We didn't hear about this. We didn't start hearing about this until like the Columbine. That was the first big news of something like this happening and occurring, right? That we can, in our era, can recollect, right? So, and then now you said it's like unfortunately, it's like a more frequent thing that uh, is occurring, right? So if that's the case, be more proactive. Be more proactive than the occurrences. You understand what I'm saying? So as a parent, if I were a parent and and this was a real concern, yes, you can homeschool your kids. Shit, you probably should homeschool your kid without shit like this happening. Because there's a lot of things that happen in schools that's detrimental to kids that don't have nothing to do with shootings or nothing else. Drugs and things that are being taught in school, all kind of agendas being pushed. So you should be thinking about that just in general with your kids, especially nowadays. My son has graduated high school, but anybody with kids in elementary, junior high, high school, you really need to think if you want to send your kids to these public schools and private schools. But
But
uh,
no, let me ask you stuff. Here's the thing: can we really blame the schools? Because for me, if I go to my son's school right now, I can't even walk in the door. We can't even get in the door. They got rings. But they gotta buzz you in. You gotta go through a voicemail. It's a lot to even
yeah,
get it. And then even when you come in, it's a whole glass, a
let me tell you
whole
why you
other
can. Let
door.
me tell you why you can hold the schools accountable. If a rapper has a big concert and
Mm-hmm,
he's on stage performing,
mm-hmm.
and somebody in the crowd gets hurt, guess who they sue? Guess who they hold accountable?
The rapper.
The
You,
rapper. The rapper. He's just a performer on stage. It ain't even his venue. It's not even his job to keep people safe. He's not in the crowd. This person is on stage, and this
no, it
is
is the
happening.
job. If you're gonna be the one performing, if you're gonna be and you know you have a mass following, it's your job to make sure that when you invite these people here, that it's a safe environment. So
Okay.
that would agree
Okay.
with what you're saying.
Okay. So if it is his job, then
Right,
if it's the person on stage that's a performer job who got paid to be there, by the way,
right,
if you say that it's his job, he's a paid performer to
right,
come to the venue. If you're saying it's his job, then it's damn sure the school's job when you send your kids there to make sure that they
right.
safe.
But 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 the venue, the school is the venue. The person who will attract. I'm agreeing with you, and I'm flipping, and I'm giving you the other part of it
Hmm.
because you gotta. If you're gonna hold the school responsible, I think the parents should take more of the responsibility because the school,
No, both is what I'm
right?
saying. I'm saying
Because the
both.
school is really trying to take the necessary precautions. They're doing. If I come to your gym right now, if I come to your gym right now and train, what you see?
Now I'm
You see
trying to
the
go back to I missed the comment. I was trying to go back to it, but go ahead. I was trying to
yeah.
see the last comment that came through.
Um. Damn, I forgot what I was going to tell you,
You
P.
said
What I was
no.
telling
You were saying that the if you come to my gym right now, that's
you.
what
If I
you was
come to
doing.
your gym right now and you training me, and somebody walk in there and start shooting up the place,
Hmm.
how am I gonna hold you accountable for that? I'm gonna go to the building.
First of all,
You get what I'm
first
saying, though? I can't hold you accountable for that. I can't put that on you. You didn't do that. I came in, I'm talking to you. Somebody ran up in the building. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe they weren't even looking for me and you. Maybe they was looking for a neighbor.
first of
And
all,
boom, boom, boom. Who do I sue?
first of all, I'm a private entity. I'm a public business, right? What is a school?
It's a big one.
No,
It's
it's a
a
government.
government building,
It's
still an official
okay.
building. Right.
Okay. Okay. What government building isn't responsible for what occurs inside of a government building?
So we gonna shut down every school?
I didn't say shut it down. That ain't what I said.
So
I
what?
said they
So
should take the necessary precautions if they feel like the
what's
climate
the
is
necessary
changing
precaution? If they
around.
already locking the doors, if they already got security, if they got police officers running around, if they got you can't get in, you got to check in, show your ID, go through a second glass. We got to do
You
all
said
this to even
you
get
said
in.
that you said that after this happened, they put more people in place to make sure that because they said more kids was coming, so they did more to make sure that
They
it
did
didn't
that. They
continue.
did that statewide. I mean,
That's
in,
what I. So if they
right.
were so listen, so if they were able to do that right there, and that was the necessary, if that was the necessary that was needed at that time, what did it say?
Public
They
safety
many
and
had
state.
to go through the detection at Oakland. Oh yeah. Circus. Yeah, they had to walk through metal detectors is what they saying. So you could put metal detectors up. Um, but if but what I'm
They're
saying
making
is,
guns plastic now.
but
But
what
you
I'm saying is, if something happens, it sounds like based on what you said, because again, I don't watch the news and none of this shit on purpose. But it sounds like something happened And then they did more to protect after something happened. So if you're capable, just using logic, to do more after something happens, you're capable of doing more before it happens.
Okay.
Especially if you have the knowledge that there is a climate of this thing happening. Like you know it exists. It's not
Right.
like, oh, where did this come from?
But they keeping them police officers at them schools, bro. They, like we pull up, his police cars there, and that's before this
Then
even
why
happened.
are you concerned?
Why am I concerned about what?
Then why are you concerned? It sounds like everything is good. You shouldn't be
Because
concerned
they
then.
still got in there. So that's the point that I'm trying to get to. That's the point I'm trying to get to. How we hold the school is the parent. Because for one, the student, listen to what I'm going to say. The student already then figured out how to maneuver in and out of this school to how to get. So this student already did probably hid the gun
Did you
somewhere,
smoke
probably
weed in
burned
high
it in a
school?
lock. I don't even know what they did because they come in on the bus. They not
Did
coming
you
in,
smoke weed in high school?
huh?
Did you smoke weed in high school?
This ain't me.
I'm asking the question. Did you smoke weed in high school?
This ain't me. I don't smoke. I don't endorse no drug
When
usage.
you plenty
I
years
don't know.
ago, 100 years ago, when
I
you
don't
was in
know
high
years
school,
ago. I
a
live in the
hundred years
first.
ago, a hundred
This ain't.
years ago,
We talking
did you
about
ever,
guns. You talking about drugs.
I'm asking a question. Did you smoke weed in high school?
Sometimes.
Okay. Was that your mom responsibility that you smoke weed? Did she give it to you?
Yes.
No, she did. My point is, even if a parent don't give a kid something, when they get into high school, kids start getting into all kind of shit when they get into high school. So a parent can do everything in their home to make sure a kid doesn't do something when they go out. But just like a little girl can walk out of their daddy house dressed a certain way, and then once they get to school, flip that to a whole nother outfit. And then when she come back home, she can put back on another outfit. A kid can, they're teenagers at this point. They're damn near, they're young adults. They're smart enough to figure out to do what they want, how they want to, unless when you displace this entity that you're sending your child to, if you have a concern, your concern is not just with the parents who you don't know. Your concern is with the common denominator, which is the school. You're all sending your kids to the same place. You don't know this parent. So yes, the parent should be held accountable. You are accountable for your child, that goes without saying. But in addition to that, if you live within a community, you got to pay taxes to the school. If you live within the community, you got to donate time, money, and everything to this school. The school has a responsibility. If you come to me, you mentioned come to me, I have a responsibility to keep you safe. I
Yeah.
cannot allow you to get, I'm talking about fitness related. I'm not talking about no
Right.
dumb shit. I'm talking about fitness related. I don't get to allow you to get hurt on my watch because you entrusted yourself to me and you spent your time and money. So you gotta hold the schools to the same standards that you would hold the parents to
Right.
themselves.
But the same way you just explained everything you just said. Everything you just said. I'm gonna agree with you 1,000%. But let's give the schools the same thing, the same grace. I'm agreeing with you as far as the parents can't control what they do at this point. They can, but the schools can't either because the same way they manipulate the parents, they gonna manipulate the schools too. We learned how to do it. We knew what to do. So what makes you think? And they smarter than we are. So we
You
can't
would,
just hold the school. It's the actions of an individual because if 900 people, 9,000 people in the school, 9,000 people ain't gonna shoot up the school. It's them two or three few, the twos and fews that then got in there and said, hey, I'm going to sneak this in, make sure you by the door so I can get by this, unplug this, do this. Dad just got me this, you got that. Let's go in here and do this. This is that's why I say, man, you can't really blame the schools. Just like you got to blame the parent. The parent got to take more responsibility. In my opinion, the parent got to take more responsibility. The school has a job to keep you safe. They do their job. They're going to install all the security measures. Can they do more? Yes, of course they can. But you got to have more to do more. They're already asking us for everything. It starts at home. This situation,
absolutely.
this situation with this guy, this little kid, his daddy bought him an AR-15. Here, the FBI already came to your house one time, investigated you for threats. You let your son go to school knowing your son got anger management, some depression issues, some kind of issues that he's going to go in here and hurt somebody. And instead of handling a problem, you enabled it and you gave him a weapon. You gave a firecracker, a lighter, and some gasoline, and said, "Go to school." That falls on the parent. We can't blame the school because we send our school. Been going to school forever. School is forever.
Mm-hmm.
The individuals that come in there, that start at home.
Okay, so first and foremost, my first thing I said is that the parents are accountable. That's the first thing I said. So when you say that the parents are accountable, absolutely. But not holding schools accountable
There you go,
is,
Charles.
but and to you and Charles, not holding schools accountable is the exact problem with schools. That's exactly what's wrong with schools today. If all right, let's forget about talking about the mass shooting for a second.
Right.
Let's just act like we ain't talking about that.
Okay.
We can go down the list of things that we feel is wrong with schools. If I
Right.
told you to name something else that you felt is wrong with schools, and anybody else that has put their kids through schools could go through, like for instance, Charles said, there's no funding for schools, right? So we can go through, that's actually a problem. How could a school settle for not having funding when there are certain schools who make sure that they do have funding? So if you can go through all of these lists of things that's wrong with the schools, the reason is people just send their kids to school. You said something else that was the realest shit that you said, and I forgot to touch on it. And I just reminded myself when I was saying this. People send their kids to school because they don't want them at home, because they don't want a parent, because they want to have their free time. That's some of the reasons that people put their kids into these places. Yeah, they got to go to work, but even when it's like summertime, they're like, I don't want them sitting around the house. Got to find something for this little nigga to do. I got to find something for Johnny to do. I got to find something for Billy to do. They don't want them at the house. First of all, I train kids for a living. Do you know how many activities these parents put their kids into just so they're not at home? As soon as they get out of school, they be like, oh, he got to go over here, he got to go over here. So by the time they get home, the only thing they can do is go to sleep. They're not even raising their kids. They're dependent on the schools to do it. So my point to that is this: yes, the parents are absolutely accountable. I'm gonna raise my child. I'm gonna raise my child to a point to where when he goes to school, the school cannot change who he is because of how many flaws is in the school. But even with the top-notch schools that you can think of, the way schools are designed, it's designed to strike kids out. It's designed to make kids feel pressured. Why does this kid feel like this anyway? Why do some of these kids feel like they want to come do something to the school anyway? So you the schools are designed to strike kids out. They're not trying to help kids succeed. That's not what a school is there for. The school doesn't take a kid and say, if you say, hey, I want to go to this school, I want to have this career, the school doesn't say, all right, we're going to make sure we do everything in our power to help you do that. The first thing the schools start saying is they start telling kids, school is where kids learn doubt. They start saying, you might want to think about something else. You might want to think about a backup school. You might want to think about a different profession. Oh, well, everyone can't make it like that. And it doesn't matter if a kid is a great kid, does all his school work, does everything, they start throwing exams at them. And if you don't do well in the exam, that's your grade right there. All the rest of the shit goes out the window. Now your grade becomes only about the exam. So my son is out of school, but if the parents that have kids in school don't start holding the schools accountable for shit, nothing's going to change for the better. Nothing's going to change for the better. It's only going to get worse. You got to hold the schools accountable. There's no way around it. It's the same thing with politics and the government. It's the same shit. If you allow the same shit to continue to happen and then you only complain about it, nothing's going to change. It doesn't work that way. It's just, if it does change, only for the worse.
Mm. That's why it got to be more of a collaborative effort. I think ultimately it got to be over a better. It's hard. It's hard to parent to do anything with kids because the problem is these kids. It ain't even no problem. It's what's going on. Kids are growing up. They grow up and they start experiencing. We're not the culprit who we need to start holding accountable. The real answer, the TV, the video game makers. These are
I used
people we
to
need to
take
hold
my
accountable.
pistol to school with me.
Yo, who?
I used to take my pistol to school with me. Fuck you talking about? If I'm not, and I'm not doing nothing to nobody. But if one of these crazy motherfuckers come up in here and shoot, I got a pistol too. So take your son to the gun range. Fuck
And
you
that's what
talking
people are doing. And they taking them to the gun range,
about? Take
and
your
then they
son to
give
the gun range.
and then they giving them guns.
No,
And
don't
then they
send your
giving them
kid.
guns.
Don't
And then
send,
they going
don't
there
send your
killing
kid.
people.
Don't send your
That's the
kid to the
problem.
school with a gun. But you should take your son. Everybody in your household should know how to shoot and handle a firearm, without a doubt. Because these kids that do have these guns, they're taught that.
Yeah, they talk, and that's why they going in there shooting who they shooting. That's the problem. We gotta stop. That's the only those schools that teachers are just there to get a check. There are schools that teachers really focus on kids being successful and being great. Got to be mindful where you put your kids at. Absolutely, absolutely. The question is though, how do you know?
Now, but
How do
see,
you,
just as an
how do you know?
institution, but just as an institution itself, I'm not talking about like good schools versus bad schools. In general, the general schooling, they have some schools, very, very few that are like for you go there for like arts or you go there for something specific. But in general, the way schools are set up. So it's this dude named Robert, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Don't take my words for it. Read the book.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes, read the book. And in the book, he talks about exactly what I'm talking about right now. And when I read this, because my son wanted a book on finances, on banking. And so I got him that book. And then I read a little bit of it. And then I was like, damn, that's what I be talking about all the time. But in the book, he was saying how schools are only set up. And that's what, by the way, that's what Rich Dad Poor Dad is all about. By the way, Rich Dad Poor Dad is all about individuals who get stuck in a cycle of uh, basically trusting and believing all in education versus understanding how to maneuver in the realm of money and life. But anyway, he says in there that in schools, they only focus on one genius, and everybody has their own genius that they're born with. But if your genius doesn't fit into the structure of what school is, you're automatically put down directly or indirectly. So, for instance, someone could be a musical genius, someone could be an athletic genius, someone could be a writer, someone can be a speaker. But if you can't do well in everyday curriculum, then they're told that they are not smart. They're told that they need to be put in special class. All kind of stuff happens, and it might just be because everyone. No, it ain't might. Everyone doesn't have the same genius. There are some kids who are great at math and science and curriculum, but there are some human beings who have other strengths. And if schools really wanted to pay attention to the strengths of an individual, the curriculum would fit that. That's not what schools are built to do. They're built to strike kids out because you can only have a certain number of kids that go to this prestigious school. This school is prestigious for a reason. You can't just say, I want to go there, and then the school helps you work to get there. No, they got to try to strike you out first. You can't just say, this is what, you can't come into a school and just say, so that has to happen at home. So just the way schools are built in general is what I'm talking about. But,
Mm.
but, this is what I mean when I say a lot of the stuff that I be saying, I don't always like to share because it's not what's common. So it sounds foreign because it's not what's commonly practiced or known. And a lot of programming happens with people because they don't even know they're average thinkers. How would you know? So a lot of stuff that I say, like at home to Amanda or to Makai, or even like to people that's close around me, I don't always say out loud because I know the pushback. Like if I were to talk about voting for real, like how I really feel about it, I know what the pushback would be, but I understand why. Well, go ahead.
So speak on it. What you think about voting?
It's along the same lines of what I'm talking about school. But again, when I say these things, I know what the pushback will be because people are designed to believe what they're believing because it was a design. it would. It's a well executed plan, and it works very well. So if you hear something that doesn't sound like that or fit into it, then it just doesn't sound right. And so, like I was talking about with the schools, schools are not designed to serve. I'll just say it like this: schools are not designed, whether you believe it or not, to service every genius that a person has. Schools were made and designed for to fit one way, and that's all it is. That's all it is. So if you think that your child going to a school of any kind is going to get everything that they need, that would be a mistake. The real schooling and education happens at home. And you use school as a game to play the game the way it's supposed to be played to get to where you need to go. Now, as far as voting goes, man, I don't even want to talk about it. Let's move on. What else we got?
Got one for you. I got one for you. I got one for you. Narcissism. Hmm. This is my question for the day. Narcissism. Are women narcissists? And what are the traits of a narcissist? A narcissistic woman. Yes, that's my question for the day. Do you believe women are narcissists or is it just men?
Wait. You saying all women by a just
All
natural design are narcissists?
are they narcissists? Are they narcissistic? Are women narcissists? My answer is hell yeah.
Hold on, I got a question because I want to understand the question. You're
Ask.
saying that there are narcissistic women that exist, or you're saying that all women by design,
I
flaw, or
wasn't saying
whatever.
all. I was just saying are they narcissists? But we can throw them all in there because I believe they all have the trait.
What exactly is narcissism?
Controlling. Uh, let me give a good example of narcissism. A narcissist would do something like tell you all their everything about them that's deep, everything about them that's deep, everything that's they're gonna be very open with you, right? And then they're gonna tell you all these things, and then they're gonna make sure, in a sense, when you they're gonna blame you when you they're gonna use it as a weapon. I told you this, so now you can't use this on me, but this is a weapon. So if you say, hey, let's say they tell you, I don't like
Chat be going by too fast. How you keep the chat up? But keep saying what you're saying.
I don't like purple. I don't like, but hold on, the parents messed this up. When I went to the school teacher, teacher was always right. Even if they was wrong, I definitely didn't want them to call my mom because that was a straight whooping.
Oh, just for calling, for sure. What was the
Yeah,
last comment before that? Because I can't, the chat keep disappearing on mine. I don't want
that's
people
up
to
to
think we're not reading their stuff.
we talk about that's up to the parents to keep a focus on their kids.
And there was one more
But
before that. It was like 2 or 3 that came in.
public schools are good if you can keep them at home, then good. But that doesn't work for everybody. And then the teachers who want to get a check.
All right. But what you were saying is you said all women are narcissists and
No, I'm saying,
controlling,
are they narcissists?
and you're
Are
saying
they
that narcissism is controlling.
It's like let me make sure let me make sure I give you the full definition. But yes, they'll take, hey, I don't like this purple shirt. I don't like purple. I'm just using a dumbass example. I don't like purple. All right, well today I'm wearing purple.
Mhm.
You're wearing purple and you know I don't like that. You know I don't like when you wear purple. That triggers me. Well,
Mm.
I wasn't thinking it triggers you. You always do this. Now you need to do this to make it up to me because you just
Mm.
did this. That's a narcissist. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? They want to find a way to control the situation. They're going to
Mm.
find a way to control you. They're going to find a way to make you feel bad for hurting them like you wronged them. Like they it's a victim mentality in the demon body. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying even when you do something outside of them, they find a way to make it about themselves. Like everything is
Right,
about them. And
right,
then if they don't agree with it, if it don't make them feel good, they use that to make you feel bad.
correct.
So everything is
Let
about
me go
them.
all the way in that circle just to say it just the way you just said.
I was asking. I wanted to. So everything you're saying, no matter what it is, even if it wasn't about them, they find a narcissist finds a way to make everything about them. And if it's good, they take all the credit for it. If it's bad, they try in their mind, because it don't mean that it's bad, but if it's bad in their mind, they go make a person, somebody else feel bad about it.
Absolutely.
Everything is about them.
Absolutely.
And you're saying that women in general have narcissistic traits?
I don't know how many people you talk. For me, I'm talking to plenty of people that be like, yo, he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. You're a narcissist. I heard this so many times, and it's like, damn, I was stunned like you. What exactly is a narcissist, right? And I want to pull it up.
We're
I
going to
want
get
to
into the bottom. The
Yeah.
narcissist, the person
Hey
thinking
Siri,
very highly of themselves,
put
believing
this
others are
narcissist.
inferior and lacking empathy. Yeah, so we will get into the voting since y'all said, but I'm gonna tell you right now what I have to say about voting. Y'all probably ain't gonna like, but whatever. Or you might, I don't know, but I'll share that in a second. But so, can you pull up that last comment
That's
about the
what it says.
narcissism?
Everybody can be a narcissist, a person thinking very highly of themselves, believing others are inferior and lack empathy. Everything they think the world revolves around them, pretty
So,
much.
yeah, and I think you said that too. Because I was asking questions about women, I think it got glossed over that you started off by saying, are women capable of being? Your original question was, are women capable? So let's just rephrase the question so we all on the same page. Originally, what you said was, are women capable of being narcissists, or is it just men? Is actually what you said. So
Right.
when in saying that, you're already basically what you're saying is that most time when people think of narcissism, they attach it to men,
To me,
and you feel like women are getting a pass because
right.
narcissism is mostly attached to men, and you want to address the fact that it may not. No, get back to that vote. We will. We gonna get back to the vote. We will. I promise you. You want to address that. So that was your original question. Are women capable of being narcissistic too, or is it just men? Because in the realm of people speaking about narcissistic behavior, it's all too often easily attached. Like if you say, "Oh, that person's a narcissist," the first thing they go think of is a dude. Oh, you must be talking about a man. You're talking about
Right.
a guy. And you're saying that women get a pass for how they are narcissistic. And how do women use narcissism is basically what you were saying.
Right. We all got our ways of being. Everybody wants the world to revolve around them. I think we got a lot of toxic women,
Mm-hmm.
toxic dudes too, right? We all got some toxicity to us.
Yeah.
But we get these toxic women that they they flatter you. Anybody can be correct.
Yeah.
So they flatter you. They tell you they tell you all they things, and then they use it against you. It got to come back to them. So
Yeah.
I think women are more narcissists than men. I'm gonna be honest. I think they more narcissistic than men. You know what I mean? But again, I deal with women, so I wouldn't know how many men is being
but
narcissist.
you are a man and you
Right.
raising men and
But
you are
right,
you
but I don't. So I don't raise my sons to be like, hey, go be a narcissist. Hey, go out there and make the world about you. I'm going to say love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you ain't gotta like me. I love myself. That's gonna be the mantra moving. You know, rest in peace, Mo3. But I'm gonna teach them that. But I'm not gonna teach them to go out here and be selfish, be self-centered, be self-absorbed. I'm not gonna teach that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we teach our daughters this. Make a
mm,
man come out here and do this for you. A man got to do this. A man
oh,
got
I
to do
see
that.
what you're getting at. Okay. I
Right.
got you
So
now. I hear you.
top
Okay.
card, color black.
Let me hop in a little bit because
Go
I
for it.
hear where you're going with this now. Anybody can be narcissistic. You are completely aware of that. You feel like some of the traits that are taught to women in certain households will say that is actually narcissism, and it's okay. Nobody never calls them on it. Like
Right.
you were just saying, like a mother can tell her daughter, not necessarily, and this is not a knock on all women, but I think we can agree that this is something that happens. There are mothers who raise their daughters solely to find a quote unquote good man who's going to provide everything for her financially. And all she has to do is snagging. She just got to go get him. And her whole job is to just do that. Go get you go. What did you say? Bending the truth so that it fits their mood and definition. So basically, what you're saying is that when if a mother or grandmother uh breeds their daughter to just go out and try to take something from a man, that's narcissism.
Man, listen, let me tell you a story. I was dealing with a person a while back. I don't even want to tell that story. I ain't gonna even go there. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that.
But I know, so when you're saying this, and that's the part that's I think is being missed. When you're saying this, you're talking about real experiences, and you're
Yeah.
doing your best not to share a real experience.
No, what I'm doing, I'm trying to just say, hey, we're gonna get back to voting. Women are the biggest narcissists. They they get they get these men, they gas them up, they tell them all they
It's all about them. It's all about the
yeah,
woman, and they going
but
out here to find a man.
you know
Yeah,
what's wrong though? Because when we make it about ourselves and we get self-centered, already they're gonna call us arrogant, right? You're arrogant, you're this, but or cocky, but it's just you gotta love yourself. I guess they loving themselves too. So maybe narcissism is really not really a bad thing. Maybe it's not really bad, but the women, he's a narcissist. Well, what the fuck is you, right?
I, I hear you, bro. I hear what you're saying. You're saying that maybe it's not a bad thing, maybe it is, but yeah,
Narcissist.
yeah. Yeah, Lori Harvey. I mean, I don't want to say that like that, but yeah, if somebody put Lori Harvey, that's kind of you.
Think like
But
a
not
man.
just, but not just Lori Harvey. Let's talk about. Forget that. Let's
Think
talk
like a
about
man.
think like a man. But think about a Caucasian girl that's taught to go get a football player. They taught to go after these football
Think
players.
about a black male taught to go get a Caucasian woman.
No, but I'm saying that fits the description of narcissism that you're talking about. Her sole thing is she's the prize, which you should feel like you're a prize. That's why you're saying maybe narcissism is not a bad thing. But they're just gonna go sit at these places until they snag one. And then when they do, that's the only thing they bring it to the table is how they look. And because of how they look, and they got this one person to pay attention, now it's all about them and their looks, and you need to take care of them for the rest of their damn life. And they get to be unhappy or happy based on how you do that. And you're saying, nigga, that's narcissism. And women get away with it because nobody sees it as a problem. They just,
Right.
even if they complain about it, they just let it go.
Because we programmed to take care of the women. And women are
Yeah,
programmed to be taken care of.
that's
But
what you're saying. Yeah, that's a better
but
way to say it. Yeah.
in the modern day age, in the modern age, that way of thinking was good and it's still applied now. But everything's so high and y'all still want to make it about y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? I just think both. I think narcissism isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a tool that we use to self-propel ourselves to be the best version of ourselves and the people
Yeah,
next to it.
I can agree with that.
I think, however, some people may mistake your confidence or your
Or arrogant and
self-love
try to label it
for
something bad.
arrogance and flip,
Yeah.
and try to flip to something because maybe
It
they
makes me
lack
feel bad.
something.
Yeah.
They lack some of that propelment, some of that self-love that they need. Maybe they're insecure in a way. So then they're projecting. They're
Yeah.
projecting their insecurities onto me. But what Jay-Z said, man, you scared because you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You scared because you couldn't do it. Don't project your fears off on me. Don't
Yeah.
project your insecurities off on me.
People
Don't
like
let
to
my
label. Yeah.
don't let my confidence rattle your insecurities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't make you a narcissist. That just makes you self-assured, self-confident, self-reliant,
And,
self-love.
and
Self-love. Like
people
that's
like
what I'm
to
about.
label. They got to put a label on something, and that kind of helps them water people down to make them feel bad about. Oh, if you overly confident, then you're a narcissist. And you're saying what people should be considering narcissism is women who feel like everything is owed to them and they don't got to do shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on real quick. Let me go back to to Charles Bell real quick. He
Well,
said go back to the voting. Let me
yeah.
go back to him real quick. Hey, here's how I feel about voting. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote because it's a choice, right? But here's the
Mm,
thing: the whole voting process is rigged anyway, because you're not really giving me a choice. You're giving me choices that you picked. You are. It's like saying here you can either have peanut butter or bologna, but we
mm,
got a whole pantry full of other things that we can make sandwiches with. But y'all don't really give me the choice. Y'all give me these options, but y'all not really giving me a choice. Y'all giving me an option. I know it sounds like it's the same, but if you giving me an option where I gotta pick red or blue, those are my only choices, and it's not really a choice.
yeah.
It's either or. So when we get out here and vote, do my vote really count? It counts as far as which I'm gonna take, red or blue, but my opinion, which my
Mm,
vote should count for, my opinion and my
mm,
thoughts. This is what
mm,
my vote should count for. Let me pick
mm,
the person that
mm.
I think. What? Nah, but you put the people down in the process versus having self love and knowing your worth.
They're
Hold on,
talking
one
about
more.
they're
Yeah,
talking about the what's
I
called.
think if you really want us to have a nice and fair election, or something that the people we can get behind, let
Mm,
us elect the person that we want and not your choices that you're giving. So I don't think school, it don't have nothing to do with none of that, right? I'm just standing on the election. It's set up. That's set up in a way where we're not winning. We really don't have a choice. They're gonna
mhm,
give us a Democrat. They're gonna give us a Republican. They're gonna give us a liberal. The liberal never gets the chance because he's not gonna have the backing, because it's gonna go to the Democrats or the Republicans. The problem is a lot of us, we gonna vote Democrat, right? Because we do that based off our skin color. But we're wising up now, right? Where we really starting to try to make some kind of an informed decision, because a lot of us have Republican views with Democrat hearts, right? We got Republican views and Democrat feelings. So we vote Democrat because we feel like that's where we should go. But ain't that Lyndon B. Johnson who said, I'm going to have them niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. And we've been voting Democrat ever since then, but we was Republicans. But if you think about it, really, most of us really are really more liberal than anything, right? Because we agree with some of what the Republicans are saying, and we agree with some of the actions of the Democrats. The problem is
absolutely.
neither they say all the good stuff to get in the door, and then they pass the shit that we ain't even looking for them to pass. The,
Yeah.
the laws that they pass, they're gonna give you a big one. We're gonna come out here and eliminate school debt for some, but not for all.
Yeah.
But it's the bills that we don't see. It's the ones that we don't see that they writing. The little ones that we just passed this bill today, but the president just really signed off on 116 bills that said you can't do this, you can't do that. But the big law that the carrot, right? They gave us the carrot. This is what we're gonna do for you guys. But the stick is everything behind it.
Yeah.
So we paying attention to what? Because we don't really have a choice, right? The choice is rigged. You're gonna give us Hillary, you're gonna give us Donald. You're gonna give us Joe Biden, you're gonna give us Donald Trump. Joe Biden can't run no more. Joe Biden wasn't dropping out. The only reason he got out because the people kicked him out. So now you got Kamala. So if you ain't got Kamala, who you got next? It's gonna be Democrat, it's gonna be Republican. All they doing is playing piggyback. I'll give you 8, we take the next. I'll give you 4, we take this 4. We need to kind of balance this out. Somebody else got to be the enemy right now. It's not really a choice for us. We don't really have a choice. So I vote just to vote, because we gotta, it's not, in all honesty, it's not the president that we need to care about. It's not we need to worry about our elections that matter for us. It's the ones right at home, the ones in your backyard. Who's your mayor? Who's your governor? Who's your elected sheriff and officials around you, your judges around you? That's the election that matters for us, because that's the ones that affect us, not the ones that's on TV, not the ones that's going to Russia, not the ones that's going to Korea and killing the bread, not them. The election that matters for us is the local elections, but we don't put enough into it. Well, we do now, but we got to put more into those. All that other crap, Democrats, Republicans, I'm just a nigga trying to live. I'm just a man trying to live and make sure I can feed my kids. What
Um,
we doing over here? You feel
yeah.
me?
You know, the first thing you started off saying was that It's not really a choice or option, and you know, and you were very transparent that you vote, you know, to vote. And this is why I said that my opinion is, and a lot of things is not popular, and people will probably take it however the fuck they gonna take it. So I got this quote. I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it right here, but it goes, you know how they say power to the people, you know, and people have the power. So people do have the power. And I said this before on here, but people are in the practice of giving their power away. So people have the power to make themselves weak. The question is, how powerful are you? So people have the power to make themselves weak. The question is, how powerful are you? Really, what that quote means is a person is strong enough to actually weaken themselves with their with what they do, with their choices, their decisions, just so they are equally powerful enough to make decisions that will make them stronger. The, they're also able to weaken themselves. Now, when a person gives their power away, that's exactly what they're doing. They're weakening themselves. Voting, voting is a form of giving your power away. This is exactly why people want your vote. It is a form of giving your power away. Um, Again, I'm gonna say this, and people will go on and agree or disagree. But in order to keep your power, you must assume a powerful position and not give your power away. The way that you assume a powerful position in this particular arena, when we're talking about voting, is not by voting, it's by not participating. And when I say not participating, I don't mean just not voting. I mean not participating at all. If you want to change something, complaining about the very thing that you are participating in still, and complaining about how terrible it is, but still participating, is actually insanity. So when I was compared it to when we were talking about schools, there are several things wrong with schools, but continuing to participate in it the same way and just complaining and doing nothing about it, just doing the same thing, is insanity. So everyone's going to make their own decision to vote or not vote or whatever. But if you participate, like when gas prices go up, everybody continues to pay the gas prices, they go continue to go up, but people are going to continue to complain about it. But if you stop paying for gas, then the gas prices will go down. So, like I said before about the bus boycott, the reason that worked is because everybody set out. Everybody, everybody set out. Everybody decided not to ride the bus. And then they came to them begging them to participate again because they did not participate. They held the power. You need to make the people come to you for your power. Don't participate in what they created. If you participate in what they created, you're giving them your power. You didn't create this. It wasn't created for you. But if you become a part of it, you now empower the very thing that's working against you, even if you feel like you don't have a choice. If everyone, and when I say everyone, if everybody said we were not participating, they would have to come to us and beg us to participate. And then and only then would we be able to use our real power to change what needs to be changed for the better. But the issue with that is people are programmed to believe what they already want to believe because it supports what they already want to believe. And so individuals are going to continue to do what they want to do. But in a nutshell, I'm not only saying that you do not vote, I'm saying that you do not participate at all. And everyone has to do that until they come to you and beg you for your participation. And then you set the terms of how you participate.
Mm, that's good right there. Look, we finna get off here because I gotta get up early in the morning. I got an early run.
Yeah.
6. Hey, I agree with you. But I don't like none of these candidates. But I'm gonna vote for Kamala though. Black Pride. Whatever.
Nothing wrong with it.
Right. But I'm gonna tell the viewers. Hey, I tried to get on the other day. P didn't even show up. It was P. If y'all don't see this on, it was P. It wasn't me. Even though
First of all,
most of the days
first,
is me.
first of all, first of all, if you haven't seen this in a couple weeks, it wasn't me. And you ain't never heard me say that. He talking about yesterday. Was that yesterday's Friday? Because we were supposed to get on, and I got out of the facility late. And then when I
Hey,
came home,
you ain't gotta explain. You ain't gotta
when I
explain. You
came
ain't gotta
when I
explain.
came home, I didn't call him and say let's get on. But he also didn't hit me and say, hey, we getting on. So
You gonna just
yeah,
throw it back?
yeah.
That's
I mean,
projection. That's projection.
well, I'm projecting like a
Projection.
alley-oop projection, whatever the hell you want to call it. 'Cause the same way my phone worked to call you, you
I
could have hit
know.
me
I
and
knew you
said,
was gonna say that too, though. Hey, and I was gonna call you. Hey, listen. I'm trying to do better. I'm taking trying out my vocabulary.
there you
I'm
go.
working. I'm working on doing better.
Indeed.
I'm working. I've been busy though, man. I'll be ripping and running, bro. Trying to,
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But I've been liking what you've been doing with the shorts.
Power to the people. We control the world, but doesn't yeah, power to the people. But the problem is people are in the practice of giving their power away. People, stop giving your power away. Hold on to your power and come together in an enormous amount of people coming together, standing together. And I promise you, things will change for the better because you hold the power. But this shit is designed for you to give your power away. Stop giving your power away and hold on to your shit with your people. And I promise you, if every single one of us stand our ground and hold our power to ourselves, they gotta come to us. And when they come to us, we got the power. But if we coming to them, they got the power. And that's exactly what's going on. We coming to them and they know that they got the power. Don't you want the power? I do.
That was a whole last commercial right there.
Hmm.
You just threw a whole commercial out there.
This is shit that I say to myself in the mirror all the time.
Yeah, I seen the whole thing come over there. I seen the whole thing come up there.
This is the shit that I say to myself in the mirror all the time. This is the shit that I wish Jay-Z would say. This is the shit that I wish people who have a huge platform would say. Jay-Z was just the first name. Deion said, whoever. That was just the first name that came to
Oh
my
yeah.
head. But
Hey,
this is
P, watch
what I
this.
wish people who had the biggest platforms would say.
Watch this. The I had a question for
Well,
you.
fuck it, I'll say it.
What? Watch this. No, I ain't gonna ask it. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put it on camera while we watching. The next episode we gonna go live
He cleaned it
Wednesday.
up.
Wednesday. I'm saying it right here. Wednesday. Same bad channel, same bad time. Now, I
Y'all
put it.
heard him.
I put
Y'all
it in the
heard him.
universe. And the topic of that day is gonna be toxicity versus passion. What's the difference?
Okay. Or whatever other topics y'all want to, y'all can definitely let us know. We are willing to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about anytime, any day. But as you heard right here, he is on camera saying Wednesday. That would be Wednesday to whatever date that is. This coming Wednesday. Today is Sunday. So 3 days from today.
I say Wednesday. And I had a question of the day before I go. Let me think of my question of the day.
If he ain't on here on Wednesday, y'all, we gonna get on his head.
Hey man, listen. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan.
Oh yeah. RP
Yeah,
to Rich
man.
Homie.
Y'all stop taking these pills. I know y'all ain't on here taking pills, but hey man, we
Oh, is
gotta
that what
start.
okay?
I think so. Overdose. So people out here overdosing. So y'all just joining in, man. Thank y'all for watching, man.
Appreciate
Hey,
y'all. Appreciate all the comments too. Thank y'all for actively listening. Thank y'all for commenting and going in the chat. I gotta fix it to where I can see the chat the whole time on my
yeah.
end. But thank y'all so much for commenting and participating. I appreciate y'all. And we'll be back on Wednesday. What's your question of the day though? Before we get out of here.
Question of the day is gonna be, hmm. All right. All right, bet. This is my question of the day. Angela Bassett, Viola Davis, Angelina Jolie, Zoe Saldana, Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan. Which one of these two would make the best movie together, and which two would make the worst movie?
That's a hell of a question. I don't even know. Which two would make the best movie together? And I think, hold on, you said, I think, you know who would make a great movie together? It would probably be a good ass
Angela
movie.
Bassett and Viola Davis.
Viola Davis, damn near anybody, but Viola Davis, watch this though combination. And who did you say?
Nia Long,
No. I'm saying, who did you say would make a good movie? You said
Angela
Viola
Bassett, and Angela Bassett.
No, Viola Davis and Angelina Jolie. That would be a good ass movie. Because they both do like suspenseful type. She can do suspenseful type movies. Talking about Viola Davis in her show, whatever, Murder, How to Get Away with Murder, and you know what's
Right.
name on do action suspenseful type films. That if I was a director, I would put them in a movie. Is they in a movie together?
Nah, I think it'd be Angela Bassett and Viola Davis. I think that'd make a raw ass movie.
Oh no, for sure. I feel like they definitely would, but I think one that would be like you don't necessarily see it coming and it could be a great fix. I think Angelina Jolie and
Shit.
you said
I
what's
would
a
say
terrible movie?
you say who?
You said it was a terrible combination.
Yeah, what's the terrible one?
That's
I'm
cold.
gonna go with the terrible one is gonna be
You gonna say Neil Long or somebody?
nah, hell no, not Nia Long. She can play any movie. She
Shut up.
gets cool. I think the worst combination would be Zoe Saldana and Angelina Jolie.
I was about to say yeah, but no. That would probably be a fire ass movie
I
because
ain't gonna
think
say
about this.
it ain't gonna be garbage, but I think I just think that's gonna be the worst
Zoe
one.
Saldana got the movie where she played. She was the little girl, and then
She wrote.
she came back,
She
and she
played
was
Saul.
she had
She
to
wrote.
she had to come and kill the cartel. Colombiana, I think
Yeah,
was the name of that
Columbia.
movie.
I,
And
I
then
knew
you
that's why
got
you was gonna pick it. I knew
and
that's why you
then
was gonna say it.
and then you got Angelina Jolie and she got hella movies, but the one she got with
Brad Pitt,
Brad Pitt.
or when you
Uh
talk about Wanted, when they throwing the bullets.
no. Wanted too. That's enough. So Wanted in the movie with Brad Pitt where there was a couple in the movie. You put them two, I can see how you just off top you like that could be a terrible movie, but with the right script, if it's
The
it
reason
got
I
I
said
feel like
it because they
it gotta
both
be an
action.
action thriller. It gotta be an action thriller. It can't be nothing else.
Right, but that's what Nia Long just fits in. You can just put Nia Long in any movie. She fits in. She's
We didn't
adaptable
say nothing about Sanaa.
because she would have made whatever movie she would have been one of the worst. We ain't gonna watch that shit. Might as well
You
just keep
can't,
watching Brown Sugar if that's the case. I like her. I ain't trying to hate on her, but
nah,
out
see
of,
you
out of,
can't
out of the
you
rest of
can't
the people,
you can't do it like that. Right?
out of the rest of the people, with you name me the movie you want to watch that say starring Sanaa Lathan. Which one you want to see? You're right. You ain't never seen her being a star role, nigga. You see her name come up third, fourth. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think
No.
I've ever
Brown Sugar and
she's in
Love
some
and
good movies.
Basketball.
She's in some good movies.
Yeah, Love and Basketball. That's it. Her rank. The number one actress, period, is gonna be Angela Bassett, and then
Yeah.
Viola Davis. I think a good movie would have been Angela Bassett and Viola Davis. And I would just
Yeah,
say
for
for the
sure.
fuck of it, throw in Nia Long because she play her role. But Angela Bassett, Viola Davis. No, it could also be Viola Davis and Angelina Jolie.
I said that.
You did for the fighting. Woman King versus Salt.
That's what I said.
That would be a good one. But nothing with Sanaa Lathan. I don't even know why I put her in there.
Well, her and Nia Long could do a movie.
Yeah, they do movies. Brown Sugar.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a starring role, just them two. They
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah, I mean, I will watch it because I like Nia Long and I like watching Sanaa Lathan, but I'm not really finna be
You
like,
saying you know
oh, this is
what you
one of the
gonna
good.
get. It ain't a blockbuster movie.
Yeah. Oh, let me go get this new Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, it's not a blockbuster movie.
Leave
It's what you're trying to
that
say.
shit. Leave that shit right where it's at. Oh,
Yeah,
this on BET.
yeah,
BET.
that's basically what you're saying. Is that you
BET.
know what to go get.
What's the new BET?
Hmm?
Tubi. You ever
Oh,
seen the Tubi movie?
I,
Somebody die
I'm.
on there dark skinned and the body be light skinned. Shout out to my sister for putting me on the Tubi. No, she out of pocket.
Yeah, but I think that you know saying who would be terrible. That's tough because you never know what movie gonna hit or miss. But you know what movies is terrible to me?
What's that?
Medea. Any Medea, any movie, no, not Medea, Tyler Perry. Any movie that Tyler Perry do, I don't like him. Like the new movie that he just had, I don't like Tyler Perry movies because it's like he is too much, cuz it's like it's too much. Like I don't when I watch it, I'm like, come on, bro. Like it's just too much. It's either too dark or too uh he make the characters too
Fake.
stupid, too
Too fake.
fake.
Too
Yeah,
fake.
I'm like, bro, this is I don't want to watch this shit.
Man,
Anytime
I was
I
just watching a movie with my buddy. Man, I swear,
like
this
this
nigga
ain't
put this
relatable,
dude
cuz. I don't
in
relate
the
to this. You think we
overalls.
relate to this?
All this money you got, and you won't hire a writer, bruh. Quit hiring the same actors, bruh. Quit having people wearing overalls and country shit, bruh. We don't
Yeah.
wear that, bruh. We ain't trying to watch every message we get. You can put your message in the movie, but for every message that overalls, big trucks,
And
old
like you're
country
trying to
ass
say that
trucks,
represent us. Bro, that
right?
don't
He
represent
don't.
us. That ain't how
He
what?
represent him. He
Yes.
represent him, and he keeping all the money.
Yeah.
You paying some people, but you a crab in the barrel, brother. You a
It's
crab,
almost
bro.
it's almost like how people used to wear the black face or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
I don't even want to call him a crab because he helping people. He helping
nah,
people.
I'm not talking about the money side. I'm talking about as a consumer of the movies.
I'm saying no. The reason I'm saying that for where I'm coming from, the money side is nigga hire some writers. You got
Yeah.
way too much paper and make
Oh,
way too much money off these movies for you to keep writing this same bull,
it's the
bro. We done
same
seen this
shit. It's just
every movie. Every movie, bro. We don't want to see Medea 20 times. We don't want to see the same. Every one of your movies got the exact same character in it, bro.
you
They
don't even have to
all
worry.
actors in all movies, bro.
You don't even gotta
You
watch it.
hire.
You
He
already know
put
what's
his
going
actors on payroll. His actors get hourly. Hey, you come to work today. I just wrote 3 scripts in 30 minutes, and then
to
they got to
happen.
come out here and just act. That's why it sound like they acted, bro. You got too much paper. Even if
Them
you only
scripts is
want to hire
terrible.
two writers, one writer, just somebody that ain't you. Get outside your mind to get that ain't you. Like you can still give your ideas. Hey, this is what I'm thinking of, and then
Yeah.
give it to a writer and let them come up with a better. Because two brains is better than one. But damn,
Yeah.
you keep on using the same outfit, the same
It's the
car,
picture.
the
It's the
same setting.
depiction. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
like dude,
depict women a certain way. He depict men a certain way, and he
right,
act like that's supposed to be the representation. And if he's
right.
the person that's at the top of making these films for so-called black people, making so-called black films, if he's the person that's at the head of this, and this is the depiction, then it's almost like he's doing it because it's what makes money for him. That shit is terrible. That shit is terrible. I don't even watch him. That shit is terrible.
Man, I went to watch his stage play. His stage plays funny. Dude gives you a message. Like, let me tell you something. His business ethic, the way he works, impeccable. I ain't even mad at him writing the shows. What I'm mad at him at is
The
you're
overall.
not growing, bro. You're not. You're having
Yeah,
it, and you're in a
yeah,
position to
yeah,
create for more people. Create
yeah.
for the other people, bro. Give other people a chance. It's not just actors that need jobs. Give the writers. Get some writers because people like myself, like you, like a
Yes.
lot of people that we have great minds that got stories, bro. Let
Yeah.
somebody else get in there. Let
And
somebody else get in there. Hmm?
in the narrative of the storyline and what's being pushed, it doesn't have to be the same shit just recycled. That shit is garbage. And I don't watch Tyler Perry movies.
I
To leave it.
mean, if it come on and it's on, it'll probably be on the TV. But I'm not finna go out and
If
look
I
for
start watching it, I'll be like, this is why I don't watch it. It's gonna always be a scene that come on and make me be like, this is exactly
Man,
why.
he just made a movie with Megan Good.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Man, that movie right there made me just. First off, Megan
It's
Good came at some
absolutely
numbers,
garbage. Absolutely
but
garbage. And I'm mad because Megan Good was in it and I wanted it to be
and that is the correct answer. What you just said right there. I'm mad because you had the audacity to put her in this movie and you knew that it was trash. Unhand him. He didn't.
straight up. No, straight up. Straight up. That was the issue. And I only sat down and watched it because my lady wanted to watch it. And Megan Good, my other lady, was in it. So I sat down and I'm like, bro, this is exactly why I don't watch this. Cut this off.
You think you seen a nigga in the overalls gonna walk in helmet? Oh, you let him talk bad. Man, shut your ass up. Shut your ass down. That nigga gonna
When
shoot
the
your ass.
last time you saw that? When the last time you seen a person act like that?
And why would you even put that in the movie, bro? How are you depicting black people? How are you depicting black people? You walk around here dressed up as a woman in 37 different characters, and you gonna portray us as
You know
country
what?
niggas.
You know what was the movie that made me stop watching Tyler Perry movies?
Medea,
When Janet Jackson threw the baby out the window.
I didn't even see that movie. That got to be
It's y'all
why
tell it in the chat if you
why
know
get
it's a
married?
movie. No, it was some movie that had Janet Jackson in it.
I think that's the only one she was in from him. Why did I get married?
No, and
No.
Janet Jackson threw the baby out the window. And when I said this is too crazy, too dark, too much, I stopped. That was that moment right there because I used to watch the Medeas and laugh like everybody else. But when I saw that movie right there, and it was Janet Jackson throwing and the depiction of her character, how he made her character turn so dark, I was like, nah, bro, this ain't it. And from that moment on, I saw the pattern. But it's the movie where
Yeah.
Janet Jackson thought she was like a pleasant person, but he turned her character into something else and made her so dark,
He
so
always make black women look weak.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
the same depiction. And this was when I caught on to it, was when Janet Jackson character that she was playing was that character that he makes them all like so depressed, so dark, so weak, so and then they just do something that's just unthinkable because they're so depressed, so dark, so weak. And that's not a good depiction of the women. And it's also not a good depiction of the fellas because all men don't make women feel like that. So but in every movie
And he
that's what
always
we
got
do.
one nigga that just come in and try to save the day, who was just a hard working fella. Nigga, get your ass out of here, nigga. We
It's the same exact.
yeah, every
This
I,
dude is absolutely horrible. She gets beat down to the mud, and it's one solid dude.
man, it was so many pause moments in that movie when the mama just reading the letter. What did I
Oh
do?
my god!
What did
Oh
I do to hurt you this bad? Man, she shut your ass up. Ain't nobody be looking at nobody mail like that because the first person gonna be like, why you reading my mail? And
man,
then I was laughing because she got a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air poster on her wall. Name me somebody who liked the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith, not the show. I don't know. I'm just saying. Whatever.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
know. I hey, man. Maybe he making this for people out there in cities like Brunswick and
yeah. Like that we back something that we don't know about.
yeah, somewhere where
That
you
ain't
know damn
nobody.
well they got what they call it sundown laws.
Well, put it
He
like this: we can't relate. I can't relate. You can't relate.
no no.
Yeah,
Now one of his characters, all his characters got to smoke weed and go on the run.
yeah,
Every time it's Medea, got to be smoking weed going on a run.
yeah.
The first scene in his last movie was fire. Went downhill fast after that.
The first thing and the
I don't
last
remember.
one.
None of his movies is memorable.
But see, I'm completely biased because I don't like none of his movies. So it don't matter what scene it is, just off top, Tyler Perry movies. If we picking movies like we was talking about picking movies, don't put no Tyler Perry. We ain't movie night in my house. I got the movie theater downstairs. Don't you put that Tyler Perry shit on. I'm cool. Don't mess up movie night. But that's just me. Everybody has their right to pick whatever they want.
Yeah, Tyler Perry. Yeah,
And
he
Tyler
did.
Perry, he can mess up a movie that could have been great with any of them actresses that you said and make it terrible. Don't
And some better writers. It's the writers.
that makes sense though.
It-
I never thought about that. It's the writing. That's exactly what it is.
get some better writers, and
Yeah.
then get other actors. Because you use the same actors in every play, bro. In every movie, it's the same. I get it.
The
You're employing
storyline.
your people. I get it. But get them jobs behind the scenes or something. Because we tired of seeing the same people in every movie with a different name. You can't be Kiki and Kelsey and Kalisha and Wanda. You can't be. Damn, we
Well,
just seen her as Kalisha.
well, you
And all the movies.
can. Well, you can if your movie budget is for like you know how people like what's his name make movies? Marcus Houston. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And they kind of use the same. You understand? It's almost like Lifetime movies. You know, that's the,
right,
like the
right,
Lifetime movie budget is
right.
not a big movie budget. So Marcus Houston make these movies, and they be cool. Like if you just want a little movie on the side to see something, and they kind of use the same actors and actresses and all that, and they have their storylines, and they just dropping these movies like albums almost independently. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's not a huge budget, but they putting out quality stuff. So you know, that's somebody doing that.
It's
But
better
if
than
you
Tyler
have,
Perry's.
I'd rather watch that
I
than
ain't
this
watched none of them, but I
because
feel.
because Tyler Perry's supposed to have this huge ass budget, but he's operating as if he's Marcus
But
Houston.
that's how he stay rich. But that's how he stay rich. But at the same time, you helping only a select few. As big as you is, and I can't say how many people you hiring, but for what we see, the product that we see, you only hiring a select few. And it's a whole ocean out there of people that would love to work with you and love to get
Especially when
out
you
there
talk about
and
the writing, like you said, the
right
writing.
have opportunity. Because if you get some different writers, then some different actors will follow. Because now you have to have somebody who can fit a range. The characters that the actors that he employ only have a small range, so they can't go nowhere. They can't do no other movie other than Tyler Perry. Bad acting,
Well,
bad movies. It sounds like a stage play. His actors are stage play actors. They're
yeah,
not actors. And every now and then he sprinkle in an actor. He
yeah,
sprinkle in a real actor, or like
yeah,
G Money. G Money was cool in New Jack City, but when the last time we was looking for Alan Payne in any movie? We
yeah,
not. But
yeah.
now he, the House of Pains. We the first season, cool. It was cool to see Tyler Perry do it, bro. You own BET now. You own BET, and
Mm.
you still putting out this
He
foolishness.
owns BET.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know. I don't
I
follow
believe
the
so.
stuff. I just go
Or
as
he
a
got his own,
consumer.
or he got his own channel on own. He's up there where he can
Yeah.
do better.
Well, that I believe. Yeah, for sure.
He can do better with the people, man. Help your people. Help your people, man. Quit trying to limit us to these ghetto ass roles. You trying to have everybody play these country ass roles that you trying to have everybody play, bro. We don't get down like that.
But
We
him
don't get down
himself,
like that.
he will go he'll go do an action role somewhere. Him
In
himself
another person movie though.
in another person movie.
So
He'll go do
you will go get in a good movie, but come over here and produce this bullshit.
yeah.
You'll give us you'll water down your own garden, but
And
you
go
excel. What's
it's like
good for the goose ain't good for the gander. You'll go out there and get in a good movie where you can go win an Oscar somewhere. No, you're not going to win it because you're not that good of an actor. But you got the potential to produce these kind of actors. You got the potential
yeah.
to put this what Miramax is doing, what Cinemax is doing, and what Marvel was doing. And you have the potential to do it. But instead of doing it,
But
you would
choosing
rather
to
go.
just do this.
You would rather go join them. You would rather go join the enemy instead of being in competition. And then when you do put out your work, you putting out crap, not because you don't got the paper, because you got it. And I ain't
It's
trying
a
to count your
decision.
pockets, but give other people opportunities. Because when you start giving out opportunities, you'll see who's really hungry. And when the hungry get out there and the hungry start putting their work on display, then you start getting better quality. And when you start getting better quality, you start getting better reviews. Because brother, the last movie you put out got a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. How the did you get a 0?
Mm. You know what? You just said something interesting that made me think about something. Opportunities don't just come from like when you know when people say like giving the opportunity or giving opportunities like a coach could give a player opportunity or in this case like we're talking about somebody who has their own umbrella can give people opportunities within the umbrella. But the opportunity that those people give is actually only as good and controlled by what they want the opportunity to look like, and it could diminish the quality of what a person could do with the opportunity. Almost like when you were talking about voting. Like, is it really a choice? Like, a person could play this range of great actor and actresses. They could go do action. They could do anything you ask them to do. But if the only roles that they're getting the opportunity to get is from this dude, and they got to be thankful for it because it's putting money in their pocket. It's putting food on the table. They're getting to practice what they love, but you got to do it like this. So you are not going to go over here and be in this type of role. He might go over there and be in this type of role, but
Right.
I'm giving my people opportunities. You don't see it? I just put them in this movie. And look, I just put them in this movie, and I just put them in this movie. So he's giving them an opportunity in a box, a controlled opportunity. And if you don't take this, then you're ungrateful. You don't really want an opportunity. But a person might have more to bring to the table, and if given the opportunity, they can show it. So opportunities can be controlled by the individual that has the power to create opportunities.
Right. And
That's a
they
cold
only,
fact.
they only give opportunities to who they want to give them to. You
That's
know
a
what I'm
cold
saying? So this is why, a lot of people don't support Tyler Perry, but a lot of people do. He gives a good message, but bro, you gotta expand your horizons. Puffy created a whole channel just to put the stuff on there that
Mm.
we might want to see. Do I watch it? Not really, but he still did it. I'm not saying he not. I'm Oprah. Oprah created the Oprah channel. That's how Tyler Perry got his own channel based off of
Mm.
Oprah. Don't limit the people who you're gonna help grow, bro. If you're gonna help somebody, man, reach down. Each one teach one, man. Each one reach one, man. Put your hand down there, grab somebody, grab another hand, man. Let's make it into a ladder, man, and start pulling each other up for real and giving the opportunities. Because if all we keep teaching is kids to go to school to get a degree or a trade, to be a plumber or be a doctor or a lawyer or a bus driver or a truck driver or a policeman, if this is all we teaching them, and we ain't saying, hey, make sure you go to school and learn how to write for real, for real. Make sure you can compose a sentence. Make sure you can write a script. Show me how you write this and break this down. Let me show you how to write a bar. Let me show you how to write it. Show them that. Let me show you how to get behind this camera. Show them that for real.
Which is a
Let these
genius. Which
right.
that's what I was talking about earlier. Other geniuses.
Right.
Those are other geniuses that are not always supported in everyday schooling.
Right.
That
But
those are
even
geniuses.
when you get to
Yeah.
school, the only classes that they give you, even again, the choices, right?
Yeah.
You can take French,
Opportunities.
Spanish,
Yeah.
band, that they
Yeah.
give you a limited amount of choices.
What
But
if
you're
I
not
want to
really letting
learn?
me
What if
you're
I
not
want
really
to?
letting me expand. But if you
Yeah.
really want to help students and kids expand and grow, then really put these kids in there and start seeing what their real skills is. Because
Yeah.
it's gonna be other kids with similar skills. The kids who like to draw, yeah, you got art class, but let them learn about art. If you're gonna teach math and the basic stuff, because at some point we start learning all that stuff, but then you start giving calculus, arithmetic. Nigga, we don't need that shit.
Start striking people out. That's what I mean.
Yeah, we don't
That's
need
what
it.
I'm talking
So
about.
at these later years, man, start at the later years of school. Ninth, 10th, 11th grade, ninth grade, okay, make sure they good with all their multiplications, the things that we learned early.
Yeah.
But after that, man, you start tapping into their geniuses. Man, what are
Yeah.
you really good at? Let me see what you're really good at. And make these classes a little bit smaller. And I know because they're gonna say, hey, man, it ain't enough room, it ain't enough teachers. But we ain't teaching. We teaching our kids how to be slaves. We teaching our kids to have slave mentality mind states. And we teaching them that you don't really have an option or a choice. So
And
let's
that
give them
could be the agenda.
and that is the agenda. They want us to have limited options, and just like you say, they training us to give our choices away. They training us to give our
The
power
power.
away. They training us to be subservient and obedient instead of superior and excellent. They don't want us to excel and be abundant. They want us to be inferior. They want us to be afraid to thrive. So they dumb down what we need to learn. They dumb down our artistic parts. Because they want their people to be artistic, right? But let us do what we do, and let's grow that and feed that to our kids. Let's feed that into our minds, period. Because the biggest teacher in the world, the biggest teacher in the world, the biggest teacher in the world is the TV.
Mm.
That's the biggest teacher because we get everything from the TV. We get subliminal messages, we get direct messages, we get indirect
Propaganda.
messages, we get everything that comes on that TV. We get depression, You watch the news, you're depressed. You watch the sports, you're gonna be depressed because you didn't make it to the league. You thought you was gonna be the next NBA star. You didn't. You get it? So that's the biggest teacher. So if it ain't, we gotta hold everybody accountable. If we gonna start holding people accountable, let's start with the TV stations. Let's start with the people who want to put all these people on the TV, men wearing dresses, these old country ass overalls when a nigga ain't had a pair of overalls since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? But let's put this out here.
Yeah.
Tell it, you know,
An improper depiction to keep people using a narrative that they want to push.
it's projection on a wide scale.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
projection on a wide scale, and they're beating us down with it, and they're killing our kids. They're killing us off. Our own country is killing us. Our own country is killing us, and they're not doing it. They're doing it with the food too, but they're doing it mentally. They're killing us. What's the thing? You can control our mind, but you can't control our mouth. That's the saying, right? You can control our mind, but you can't control our mouth. Look how we dumb ourselves down. Look how we dumb ourselves down. You can control her mind. Look how we just said it, her. But they control all of our minds, right? And they just can't control our mouth. We're gonna speak out, but they already controlled us. They control us without telling us they control us. We're gonna give you free speech. You can say what you want. We just gonna control what you do. You can say what you want. You can yell all you want to, but go your ass to bed.
Yeah.
You still walking upstairs to that room.
And don't slam the door. And you better not slam the door.
And don't slam. But I'm giving you that option. I'm giving you that option. But it ain't really no choice. I'm controlling it. You see what I'm saying?
Or no opportunity. I'm controlling it.
I mean, that's all. Man, look, let me get up off this thing, P, man. For I know I got to be up at like 5 o'clock. It's late for me.
Man. Hey,
man,
we thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that commented, and we will see y'all on Wednesday, like KC said.
Wednesday, 5:30.
All right, man. On the next one.
On the next one, P.
All right.